Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of conics, and particularly we are taking this question from the topic of parabola. So if I talk about the question that is given to us here, the question tells us let the line root 2x plus y equals alpha pass through a point of intersection P, where P is nothing but point of intersection of a circle's equation, which is x square plus y square equals 3, and the other equation, that is parabola x square equals to 2y. So these are the two equations given to us. The question further tells us let this line L, which is present, touch the two circles C1 and C2, which are having the radius equals to 2 root 3, and the centers q1 and q2 of this circles. So q1 and q2 are the centers for the two circles c1 and c2. They lie on y-axis. The question further tells us to find the square of area of triangle pq1 q2. So we need to figure out q1 and q2 coordinates also, and p, which is point of intersection of this two. Once I figured out all the three coordinates, I just need to find the area of the triangle squared. So that's the question asked to us. And if I talk about the answer choices that we have been given here, the options are 36, 42, 60, and 72. So we need to figure out which one of the answer choices is the correct answer for the question that is given to us here. Before starting off with the solution for this question, I would first like to tell you that please do subscribe to my channel and support the channel as well, because it takes lots of efforts in making these videos for you on everyday basis, and it is free for you but also motivates me to put up better content and try to make the solutions as easy as possible so you understand them in a better way. Let's see. So we have been told here the question that says that you have to figure out this three coordinates p, q1 and q2. So p, it's given to us, it's point of intersection of these two curves. So let's solve these two curves simultaneously and we'll get the answer for the question. So x square plus y square equals 3 and x square is 2y. So we have two equations with us. One is x square plus y square equals 3 and the other is x square equals 2y. So instead of x square, I can just substitute here 2y. So I get 2y plus y square equals 3. So we get here y square plus 2y minus 3 equals 0. So if I solve all the entire quadratic equation, we get here y square plus 3y minus y, because 2y gives you 3y minus 3 equals 0. So from here I get y common, y plus 3 minus 1, y plus 3 equals 0. So from here I get y plus 3, y minus 1 equals to 0. Once I get this, I get my coordinates y equals minus 3 or y equals 1. Now y equals to minus 3 is rejected because your line L passes through this point P, and we have been told point P is in the first quadrant. Where we have been told point P is in the first quadrant, so x and y of P have to be positive. And when they have to be positive, I cannot have y as minus 3. So this idea of y being minus 3 is rejected. And from here I get y is for sure 1. And once I get y, I can just find the x coordinate, right? So I can just find x square equals to 2 into 1, which is 2. So x square, if it is 2, x becomes root. Here also x can be plus or minus root 2, but we know since y and x have to be positive, I am taking x as positive directly. That gives me the coordinates of p, which is root 2 comma 1. So I have one coordinate, that is p. So once I have the coordinate for p, I can find the value of alpha. So the question in this tells me that the line L, which is having the equation root 2x plus y equals alpha, it lies on the line or passes through this point P. So when it passes through the point P, I can find the value of alpha. So since it passes through point P, it is satisfying the coordinates of P satisfies this equation of line. So if I put the coordinates x as root 2 and y as 1, I get the value of alpha, and that's t. Now once I have the value of alpha, that is 3, the question further tells me here that this line L touches the two circles C1 and C2 which are of equal radius, and root 2, root 3, and the centers are Q1 and Q2 which lie on the y-axis. So if I have, let's say this is your circle, so Q1, so C1 is one circle, C2 is other circle, and there is a line L which is root 2x plus y equals alpha, where slope is negative. So since slope is negative because it's root 2x plus y equals alpha, so from here I get y is minus root 2x plus alpha. So m is here in this case is minus root 2, which is having slope negative. So since the slope is negative, it is passing through and touching like this. So it is when it is touching like this, it's basically a tangent to the circle. And when it is a tangent to the circle, we have been told the centers of this two circles lie on y-axis. So they will have the coordinate 0, comma y, both of them. We have to find the values of this y. It can be positive, it can be negative, it can be anything. We are not mandatorily telling it that if you're showing it above y-axis, it has to be positive. Y can be negative as well. So we have to find the y coordinates of the centers, and we have been given here that the radius for both of the circles is equal, and that's basically equals to 2 root 3. And this line equation is given to us root 2x plus y equals alpha. Alpha in this case we figured out that's 3. So we know this now. Let's further try to solve the question. So I can write the equation of line is root 2x plus y minus 3 equals 0. And one more idea I can use here is, since this line touches the two circles, it's basically a tangent to the circle. And when if I draw from the center to the tangent a line, that's basically radius. And when I have radius and tangent, we know both of them have to be perpendicular to each other. So when I have both of them perpendicular to each other, I can also use the idea of distance of a line segment that is perpendicular to the tangent. So I can use the idea of that also. So let's use that idea first and figure out the coordinates of this two circles y. So let's figure out that. So if I use the idea of perpendicularity, so distance of the coordinate that is perpendicular. So yeah, so I can apply the idea. I know root 2 x plus y minus 3 divided by square root of 2 square plus 1 square, which are coefficients of this, is equals to, the distance is equals to nothing but the perpendicular distance is nothing but your radius for this. So if you see this perpendicular distance, it's nothing but radius, which in this case is 2 root 3. So let's equate that. So that is 2 root 3. Now I know the coordinates that are present are lying on y-axis, the centers of two circles. So x is particularly 0. Y coordinate we have to figure out for both of them. So let's put y as y only. So that gives me root 2 into 0. So 0 plus y minus 3 divided by root 2 squared, which is 2, plus 1 squared, which is 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So if I do further solve this, I get mod of y minus 3 equals 2 root 3 into root 3. That gives me 2 into 3, which is 6. Mod of y minus 3 is equals to 6. So y minus 3 becomes plus minus 6. That further gives me y is 3 plus minus 6. And when I have that 3 plus minus 6, 3 plus 6, or 3 minus 6, that gives me y is 9 or minus 3. Now once I have y is 9 or minus 3, I get my y coordinates here. Once I get my y coordinates here, I get this is 0, comma 9, and the other center coordinate is 0, comma minus 3. Once I have the two y coordinates for both of them, I have the two centers of the circle. Once I have the two centers of circle, I know this is your Q2 and this is your Q1. Once I have Q1 and Q2 with me, let's put it in the final area calculation and square it. So we have been asked to find area of triangle PQ1, Q2. So if I do that, I know area of triangle, we know it is basically given by half of determinant of the coordinates that we have. So I want to find the square of this area, not just the area. So I will square it. So half into determinant of, here you have to put 1, 1, 1, and here you have to put all the coordinates. So for P, the coordinates were root 2, 1. For Q1, it was 0, minus 3. For Q2, it was 0 and 9. So if I solve this, I get half of, let's solve this determinant. This is squared. So this gives you root 2 minus 3 minus 9, which is minus 12, minus 1, 0 minus 0, 0, plus 1, 0. So you get minus 12 root 2 divided by 2. So this cancels and gives you 6. So minus 6 root 2 squared. So that if I further solve it, I get minus 6 root 2. So minus root 2 squared is 2 and 6 squared is 36. That's 70. So I get the answer for the question and that matches with 72. And if you see the answer choice that it matches with, the correct answer for the question is option D. So D becomes the correct answer for the question that is given to us here. I hope you have understood how to use these concepts of parabola to solve the question that is asked to us. I'll see you again tomorrow with some other question from some other topic, and we are going to continue our series of questions on JEE mains. So stay tuned for more videos to roll out. Also, if you're enjoying these videos that we are doing on everyday basis, please do like the videos as well and do subscribe to my channel and share this channel with your friends also who are involved in the preparation of questions on JEE, so they can also take the benefit from these questions that we are doing on everyday basis. Thank you.